Today we are at the last class, and this is probably one of very, very important lesson all of us need to learn.
Yeah.
Basically, because we don't stay there forever.
Yeah.
We get old, we need new blood, we need new thoughts, especially now, different people got different thinking. See, different thinking. And I remember I was just joking with my daughter. I remember when we were in Bible school study, we don't have computer, we don't have handphone. We use what we call as a typewriter, and we use our hand to write our assignments. Now it's so different. Now you have computer, you have internet, you're going, so life is different. So the way we handle people also different. But most important is that you realize that you are not there forever. So you need to train leaders. Most likely, I don't know about you. For me, I can't train people in computer. I can't. They have to go for classes. But I can train people in terms of the Bible. All right. I use the Bible. Maybe because of my experience. Okay. Because of my yeah. Somebody want to say something. Yes, good morning, Sophia. Okay, doesn't matter. You are in here. Very good. Very good. All right. Welcome to the class. Right. So we train people. Again, the question you might face is that what kind of people that you want to train, right? So take note of that is that like Luke chapter 6 verse 40, it says the student is not above the teacher, but everyone who is fully trained will be like their teacher. We train people to be like you. They won't be better, they won't be, but they will be like you. Better maybe in terms of technology, we call it computer, all right, internet or whatever. But in terms of characteristics, in terms of life, we want them to be like us. Like Paul says, be like me as I am like Christ. Why to be like you? Because you are like Christ. You follow what the Bible says. And in this lesson, our course, that I hope that you have picked up something about life, about leadership. All right. Now we would like to look at this carefully. You look here, 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 2. It says, and the things that you have heard from me among many witnesses, and trust these to faithful men who will be able to teach others also. Now, this is the verse. This is something that Paul told Timothy. All right. Timothy is an up and coming leader, and probably I don't see that Timothy is taking over Paul's role. Paul is a more of missionary. Paul also sets up churches, and when Paul set up churches, Paul get Timothy to pastor a church. All right, and Paul trained up Timothy to be a pastor, and Paul trained Timothy so that Timothy can train others. You see the flow there on top there? All right, I put down there. All right, Paul to Timothy, Timothy to faithful leaders, probably in the church, and leaders or members to others. It's always the flow. Right? And the thing, what thing? The thing is actually the gospel. Timothy, the gospel that you heard from me preach, pass on and trust, pass to other people. See? So in terms of church or in terms of world vision, I think one of the books that we use to train leaders is the Bible. Right? I don't think there are any other book that are more important than the Bible. I don't think so. All right. Okay. So far, are we okay? Any question from anyone? No. All right. So Apostle Paul said, "Be followers of me, even as I also am of Christ." Like I told you just now, follow me as I follow Christ. Right? Follow me as I follow Christ. Followers, who are they? Who are the followers? Everyone is a follower. Before we talk about leadership, right? Leaders, right? Talk about followers. Who are the followers? Everyone is a follower. In fact, Paul himself said that he was the follower of Christ. He followed after Christ. So he was a follower, Christ. Right? And then a leader is always responsible to someone else. So he is also a follower. I don't care how high you are. We are always responsible. Like now, in fact, in this class, I am responsible to you. You know, I am responsible to you. I listen to you. If you have any suggestion, I listen. That is good leadership. Leadership is where we learn to be, we call it accountable, right? We are accountable to one another. So if that is true, then we are followers. Okay. And then a good leader is first a good follower. You want me to see whether this person is a good leader or not? I want to see his life before he becomes a leader. Was he a good follower? Right. Good follower talk about obey. Learn to obey. Right. Learn to listen. Learn to submit. We use the word submit. Obey and submit. Some people use the word called yes sir. Yes sir. Instead of giving many opinions, we say yes sir. Followers should follow their leaders only as long as they follow Christ, which is true. I want to be a pastor. I want to be a leader. But when I am a follower, I look at my pastor. There was one pastor. Let me just why do I use the word love? Basically, honestly, you won't follow the person if you don't love the person. All right. Do you agree with me? Like, why? If you don't like the person, you hate the person, how can you follow the person? It's where Sophia, you're right. Love and trust. Yeah, correct. A very good word. Some of you use the word trust. You obey. Why you obey? Because you trust the leader. You trust him that he make good decision. Okay.
It's the same. Obey, respect. Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah.
Very good. Good word. Very good word. Respect.
Yeah.
You know? These are some of the very, very good words. Respect. What else? You respect, you look up, right? You look up to that leader, that you can learn something from the leader. You know that, right? It's when he shares things to you, you wow, yeah, something for me, you know, you learn, you know. Sometimes say that good leader, good follower, but yeah. Why leaders do not want to demonstrate as a follower? In the Bible, God did the great style as good leaders and also followers, but human being is not always true. Sometimes this is very, very true. Your question is that why leaders do not want to demonstrate as a follower. That's why you know, sometimes the word humility, humble, comes in. The danger is because they are so high up. Sometimes they are so high up, you know. They cannot learn to listen. Cannot. Also, people also cannot give opinion. You know. So if you give opinion, it's like you are rebel, you know. You get it?
Rebel.
Yeah, rebel. You know, why you don't listen to me? Oh, you are against me. So yeah, so when you become more like Christ, right? You become more like Christ. You know, all these things shouldn't be there. And we call it Christ-like. Okay. Christ-like. It shouldn't be there. So this word, you look carefully, this word is very, very powerful, humble. And sometimes humility, you cannot see, you know. You cannot see. You don't realize. You don't realize you are not humble. You don't realize. You thought you are doing fine. Wow, yeah. So that's why, as leaders, I want to remind all of you here. Listen here very carefully. Right? This is my last warning, no warning, reminder for all of you. All right. Always check yourself. Check. You know, check yourself. Our body, physical body, we go for mental, not mental, we go for health check, right? Once a while we go, you know, test our pulse, blood pressure, whatever, right? We need medical checkup. Spiritual also we need checkup. Once a while, spiritual checkup. Yeah. Sunto, welcome back. All right. Suki, right? Suki, welcome back. Yeah, great. Right, nice to see all of you here. Okay. So and
Okay.
then
Thank you. Welcome.
Great, great, great. All right. Very important. Santa, very important. You cool down. Please get a cup of coffee first. Okay. Don't rush. Okay. So, Khun Tan also asked, about how to help our leader who always demonstrate not listen, not humble. I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy. Since they are not listening, you cannot tell them you must listen. Sure fight. All right. Sure fight. Okay. Now, if I can help, if you say that they don't listen, of course, it's very difficult to make them listen. First thing, I think, first thing they have to know is that you are their friend. You are not enemy. For them to listen to you, you must demonstrate that you are friend. What does friend do? Friend listen. That means before you want them to listen to you, you listen to them. Or maybe you want to ask question like, why? Why you want to do it that way? And this will help us to understand. Okay, we understand. Then another word, English word, we use the word, we call it proposal. That means you make another proposal and show them why this works. I know it's not easy. Content. I know it's not easy, right? But this probably will be few steps. Like we talk in our class about discipline. Making decision, discipline. You bring them, you talk to them. You must let them know that you are their friend. If not, they treat you like an enemy. All right. So maybe these are few steps that we can use. They think that their decision is always right, not confess what they have done. Yeah, well, I understand that. All right, I do understand that. Dan. Well, Jesus himself has so many disciples, and all of them they are different, isn't it? Right, Judas, for example, like Peter denied Jesus. So, well, what else can we do? You do your best. All right, you do your best. So, it's not easy. It's not easy to admit they're wrong. It's not easy because sometimes this word pride. That's why I say humble. It's just there. It's very hard. It's very hard. It takes a lot. Let's go on, and then we see what happens. All right, see what happens. Okay, we can talk more. Okay. Now, All right, I am going to bring you all into your group, in the breakout room. All right, breakout room, 5 minutes. Right? How would you choose somebody that you want to train? How to choose the right leader? Can you do that? Right? What are the things that you need in order for you to choose leaders or somebody you want to train? Any question?
Yeah, the question is like a challenge once, because previously I just know that the leader, how the leader choose a good follower, or how to recruit right competence of the candidate to fulfill in the position that we need it, that is in vacancy. But now how the follower choose a good leader?
Anybody would like to share? How do you choose the right leader? Anyone?
Okay,
Yes,
my
the result from my group. Hello?
Yeah.
Can you
yes,
hear me?
Lillian,
Yes.
please.
Lynn?
The criteria from my group is how to choose the right leader that we need to train. Talk about handball. Yep, the first one, handball, slow to react and fast to learn and listen. The other, willing to serve other.
Yeah.
Yes, good attitude. Like also creativity, not doing the same. Proactive, not only talking, but doing. Clear vision, for clear vision to show the other in the group. High commitment. It means, and one more point is follow Jesus Christ. Walk the talk about responsibility and accountability. Yes, one point is be friendly. Work with the other like brother and sister. And willing to learn and grow. It means grow him or herself and be the other to grow too. Yes, at all. Is my group member has some point to add, please?
Anybody?
I like one. I read the book from John C. Maxwell. He used the word congruent with the action.
Action.
Word congruent with the action. It's like walk the talk, but it's more analyzed than walk the talk, related to why we say thing. Does our heart follow what we say, or we say just from the brain, from the feeling, something like that? So this is like walk the talk, but just word, not word.
Yeah.
Yes, word.
Yeah.
Word congruent with the action. Yes.
Anybody else? Any group, anyone, just share.
I think Sister Sophia or Circumtan, I think your
Sophia?
idea is good.
Sophia, you got something to share?
Yeah, if not, so I just want to share. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm also chat with the box. So I think one of the Christian organizations. So I just say about the Christian organization or company. So the first thing to link with our identity. So we are looking the people who are from Christian. That's the first thing. Or if they are not a Christian right now, so we can see how the openness of him or her to be converted to be Christian. We are not forced, but we can see the way that he or she accept Christ.
Yeah.
And number two, I think we are thinking about the vision to how the people that we select have a long vision, have a passions, have passionate about the way they are doing, or how they engage with the vision of the organization. So we are looking to those, and we really need to see their passion about the work and also the passion toward the vision of the organization as well. And as a leader, so somehow we are not just in the high level of position or a smaller one, but as manager we can see the appearance of our team clearly. So we can see, even though it's just start for a position, so we can see, oh, this person can be grow in the future. So what are some kind of the area of gift that we need to train them, to build them up? So we can see and then we can feed them in the way that we are nurturing them to grow in the future. And we're also looking to the attitude as well. So do those people with high of the positive, proactive?
Yeah.
Because as a leader, it's really important that we could not be, oh, this is impossible, it could not be done. It should be right now. So we don't want to have a leader with an attitude like that. So we're looking for a positive, a proactive, a responsible one, so that they can continue to be lead to their team like in the way like that as well. So my lastly is about how somehow we are not to block, but we give the like I'm the program manager, so I need to build all to my team, but the way to accept or the way to be adapt, so it is different, so that we can see as well the way that they can gain something from our sharing. But as a leader, we could not be like discriminate, oh, this one I can build, this one I could not build. We give all, what I can say, but and then we can observe so that they can rely to themselves, okay, that is not about the leader, but the way is my acceptance to what my leaders share.
Yeah,
that's all from my side.
Great.
Hello, I would like to add on what Leon mentioned by learning from the Bible. Like, as we know that a lot of leader in the Bible, but at the end, Jesus Christ select only 12 disciples to follow him to for his ministry in the period of his time. So what the characteristic that I learned from Jesus Christ through the movie or in the Bible, what is the important thing is Jesus Christ usually catch up with the disciple, give the direction. I think Jesus Christ have the clear direction and clear curriculum or the program for all the 12 disciples. From one day to one day, he always catch up meeting and give the direction and put us the action to give the gospel to the other people in the different village or different community. So I can say that how to select the right leader to be trained, regarding to our team mentioned, is a very important point that we have to focus on. But what I'm thinking, how the leader proactive, how much the leader proactive in build on the gap for those people who will be the leader or the future or or I can say the young generation leader. So what is the problem? It is a gap. The gap can be the gap of the leader and can be the gap of someone to be trained as the leader. So what is we have to focus how to develop the same page between a leader and someone who will be trained as the leader through the coaching or through the mentoring, catch up and direction and reflect what is the gap for his or her gap to be improved. Sometimes we have to test like the assignment to them, to complete the task. For example, that as the role area program manager, for example, like the semi or annual report that they can proactive in perform or in produce the semi and annual report or not. If they are not, it means that they have they have the gap. So how to build on? Continually build on, not forgive, to build those guys to be the right leader through our training. Thank you so much.
Great.
I would like to, I agree with our brother and sister that has shared at the moment. Another point I want to add is about physical. Physical is also important. Physical.
Physical.
I refer to their body, their health. Yes. Their body, their health. So this point we should consider as well.
Why?
Because as the leader, as a strong leader, they must have body fit. They must have the good health.
Yes.
If they are not healthy, how can they produce? Yes, how can they produce?
Agree.
The achievement, or how can they lead their people to achieve the vision, or how can they adapt or tolerate with the problem they are facing? Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So it's something like lifestyle. All right. Eat well, rest well, exercise. Just make sure that the body is healthy. Sophia, okay.
Yeah, I would like to add a little bit on more, not add but reflect.
Please.
And sometime, I agree with Sophia because it is related to the influence. Yeah, your physical can influence through your experience and knowledge, and your physical. That is the great point. So what I'm reflecting with those points, as we are the leader and the manager, sometimes we demonstrate to our follower like we are the busy man or busy woman. I can say like that. Yeah, very busy. Sometimes we cannot allocate the time for exercise because of a lot of work. So this is the point that I also learn from the current practice. Sometimes we have to manage our time to do exercise. Exercise. It is the style that we can demonstrate to our follower that even though we have this busy time or a lot of work to complete, but we still have time for our physical. Like I would like to real example like OD operation director for everyone. He usually get up at 5 o'clock and do exercise and cycling at least 40 to 50 kilometers. But he's
Wow.
still, yeah, he's still strong, and this is the discipline, save the discipline for his physical, yeah, for his physical, for his health to lead the other. It is a good example that we can learn. As we are leader, we have to tell our follower that we still have time, but how to manage our time for to do exercise. Thank you so much.
Great. So you realize that basically there are different people. You would have different idea how to choose people to become a leader. All right. I don't know how you feel. One of the important thing about choosing someone is somebody that maybe you are comfortable with, you like them, right? You are comfortable when you like them, because when you like them, you are comfortable with them, it is easier to share things. They're open. We use the word open. You are more open to share with them. All right. I think that is very, very important also. Right. Along the way, we also want to see about Jesus Christ. Sometimes how he chose. Can you all see the slide, leaders?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, we can see.
Okay, leaders, the word leaders, So maybe we also would like to see some of the ways Jesus may choose. All right. Now, like I said earlier, each person leads in some way from time to time. All of us, we lead. No, leaders, we lead. We lead people. Right. We realize or don't realize. All of us, we are leaders. And it's the need for every organization, whether it's a church or your world vision or anywhere, it's a need. The need is the problem is not with leadership. The problem is with good leadership. All right? Leaders are everywhere. It's a matter of whether are they good or bad leaders. The people you train will be like you. Therefore, set good example. Do you agree? I totally agree with this. Because people watch you. Whether they want to follow or they don't want to follow is secondary. Primary, number one, is people watch you. Right? Okay. So what's the purpose of training? What's the purpose? Why you train more leaders? Basically, you train more leaders because you want to teach them. Jesus gave us a commandment, go into the world and baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all things that I have commanded you. See, we teach people. Number one, I think one of the things that we teach people is the value, Christ value or Christian value. The Bible, prayer, compassion, love, joyful, peace in heart. These are the basic principles, you see. Teach them to observe. And these are the things that Jesus has commanded us. All right? And then, okay, what are the principles of teaching? How do you go about? Number one, I think we need to let people know. Now, these are some of the ways probably Jesus will also use, right? Look carefully here. Number one is dependent on God. Jesus dependent on God. All right? These are some of the principles Jesus used. By myself, I can do nothing. I judge only as I hear, and my judgment is just. For I seek not to please myself, but him who sent me. All right? Jesus himself, dependent on God. So when you choose people, number one, you depend on God. You pray. Right? Right? This is what is number two here. It's a matter of prayer. Look carefully. Jesus prayed. Jesus prayed first before he chose his disciples. You look carefully. Jesus went. In fact, Jesus took some time. He didn't immediately, call them. He took time. He didn't rush. He didn't rush. This is a record that Jesus himself, prayed. In fact, it is found in it's found in Luke. Okay, Luke. Chapter 6, 12 and 13. Jesus prayed before he chose his disciples. You and I, we should do the same thing. Number one, we depend on God. Number two, we pray. Number three, we take initiative. We go to people. People won't come to you. People won't come. By the way, there are many people, maybe you are thinking, hey, but there are many people come to Jesus. Yes, I understand. People come to Jesus because Jesus was popular. People follow him because Jesus performed many miracles. But for Jesus to choose leaders, for Jesus to choose followers, Jesus went to them and called them. Now you follow me. Now you follow me. You get it? So you must take initiative. So in your organization, or maybe for that matter, church, or anywhere that you go, you look for people that are capable. Like this now you said, right? Your criteria, right, of a person that you would choose. Look for those people, talk to them, share to them. All right. Look for potential, not look for a problem. You like what I say, you don't like what I say. This is very important. You get people to solve your problem. You don't get people to solve their problem. What is your problem? Your problem is one day you are going to get old. One day somebody going to do your job. That is your problem. So you get people to help you. You look for potential. I've heard many people complain about their staff. My staff lousy, no good, blah, blah, blah. And then as boss, as a leader, they are solving people's problem. Oh my. A lot of time wasted. You don't solve people's problem. You look for potential. They are there to help you. Right. Are we good so far? All right. If you're good, just put a thumbs up. Right. You must also remember that Jesus chose common people. He didn't choose very intellectual, engineer, doctor, a prime minister, whatever. No, he chose very ordinary people, fishermen, shepherd, right? Number 5, make the cost clear. Tell people. Jesus told his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself. Hang on, somebody want to put something there. All right. He must deny himself, pick up the cross, and follow me. Okay. To be a better leader. Right. They have to learn to work together. Some people, they are good, they are very fast. But if they cannot work together, it's very difficult. It's very, very difficult. I hope I've answered that. Can I continue? All right.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
So then next one is that make cause clear, deny, and also Luke 14:27, same thing. Whoever does not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. Like I told you just now, a disciple is not above his master. You know, a master must always be ahead, right? Even a son of man came not to minister, but to minister. You must be a servant, meaning you let them know that yes, you are good, you are smart, you are fast, but you must come down to people's level. It's very hard for people to come up to your level, very difficult. So you got to come down to people's level. Humble. You need to humble yourself. Okay? So I would like you all to watch this simple